So Comixology, which was purchased by Amazon 2 years ago, I want to say, it was the digital marketplace to get comics. Kind of two stories about this about Comixology this week, and about them losing business. The first one is Marvel announced today, which isn't today, it was on April 19th, that its Comixology operated Marvel Comics app is shutting down this June. Fortunately, comic fans who bought issues in the app can access them in the company's self-operated Marvel Unlimited app. The shutdown comes several months after layoffs at Amazon. Oh, sorry, I guess Amazon bought Comixology in 2014. I only thought it was 2 years ago. Reportedly hit the comic storefront especially hard. The Marvel Comics app will shut down on June 2nd, exactly 1 month before that. May 2nd is the cutoff date for new purchases in the old app. Any purchases made up to that date will transfer to Marvel Unlimited. Android users who bought digital comics through Comixology Marvel Comics app have an effortless transition, doing nothing, and your comics should appear in Marvel Unlimited. But iOS users have a few extra steps. You'll first need to open the Comixology Marvel Comics app on your iPad or iPhone. Then follow Marvel's instructions to link to a Marvel account to the old app. After that, all your old purchases should appear in Marvel Unlimited. Do either of you use Marvel Unlimited?
Steve just laughed.
I am not going to be into the whole digital thing.
No?
No. Why would I spend $4 on a digital comic instead of $4 on
Printed
a
one?
real copy that I could actually end up selling?
Well, okay. So I actually subscribe to the Marvel Unlimited app. It's like $79 a year. It's good for back issues. There's a ton, like, I don't know, a million back issues. So you can go back and read old stuff that you, I guess, wouldn't go and purchase or you'd want to not take up room in your house. They do offer new issues, but I think it's now 3 months behind for new issues. So if you're currently reading a current series, you'll have to wait 3 months if it comes out in stores, it's 3 months later or 2 months later that it comes out on the app. So I do use it. I haven't used it in a bit, so I don't know that I should renew again in August. But they also have some rights issues too, like the Conan Marvel stuff is not on there, and the Savage Avengers stuff is not on there, because they don't have digital rights to Conan. So anything with Conan, even their old Marvel run, is not available on the app.
So that must not allow some certain issues like Marvel Team Up and stuff like that as well, right?
Yep. Yeah, anything with Conan they do not have digital rights to, so anything that he's in is not on the app.
Yeah, I mean, that's always an additional concern to being a digital consumer. It's like, at any given moment, the rights to this particular thing go bye-bye. Whereas us old dinosaurs with these paper products, they're not taking them out of my hand.
Dinos.
You know?
So you won't need a Marvel Unlimited subscription to access your purchases from the old app, but to entice you to buy into its service, Marvel is offering a discounted price of $5 per month with a coupon code. It's usually $10 per month or $70 for an entire year. Marvel Unlimited is like Netflix for Marvel Comics. I also did try to sign up for DC, their version of the app, and it's not available in Canada. I had to use a VPN at first to just get the app, and then they didn't like it worked for 2 weeks, and then they booted me off, and they didn't like that I was paying with PayPal with a Canadian address. So no idea why DC Unlimited Comics does not work in Canada. It seems weird because I mean they sell, like, I don't understand what the problem is with them not being able to sell digital comics in Canada on their own app. It's weird. Okay, so more bad news for Comixology. Two veterans of the online platform Comixology, so two guys who used to work at Comixology, are launching their own new creator-owned publisher. On Thursday, the first details were officially announced surrounding DSTLRY, a new comics publisher that is aiming to redefine creator-owned comics and collectibles. Distillery is a creation of Comixology co-founder and former CEO David Steinberger, as well as former Comixology head of content Chip Mosher. Both of whom have been quietly developing the project since departing Comixology in summer 2022. Distillery will offer its comics through oversized premium format single issues at comic book shops, as well as digital single issues, which will be available for purchase for up to 1 week after release. These digital issues will be able to be fully owned and resold on Distillery's Marketplace, which is being described as a stub hub for digital comics. The Marketplace will include special discounts, exclusive drops, meetups with the creators depending on the item. Collected editions of single issue comics in both print and digital formats will be widely available. The items on Distillery's Marketplace will be able to be resold at the price of the owner's choosing, with a percentage of resale going back to the creator. This is weird, isn't it?
They're only digitally printing a certain number of them. Like, why wouldn't you just be able to just buy it right from the publisher again whenever you want your copy of it?
Yeah, so it looks like digital issues are only available up to a week after release. As well, digital issues will be available for purchase for up to 1 week after release. Yeah, so there's only a set number. Then after that...
I mean, look, it's a cool idea. I don't know if it's going to take off, but it's a good way to create some hype, I guess.
That's definitely an interesting way to create some hype, especially with reselling digital copies.
Is this now like NFTs where
I don't know. Like I wouldn't say.
It seems like
so, right?
It seems like it's based on the NFT kind of concept.
I mean, I guess like I don't know. Like,
but if they're printing it in stores too, then why wouldn't you rather just buy a physical copy on eBay, and the creator's still not getting a cut of reselling it if they're putting it in shops, right? They're only getting a cut of it being resold on their platform in digital form.
Right.
So at least
and
I guess.
And also, I mean, so there will be some less scrupulous people. Let's say for some reason the digital copy goes for 40 on a digital platform. It's like, well, I'll just send you some scans or some PDF files for $5. Not me personally. I'm talking about these people.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be buying digital comics either way.
Yeah. It does have some big names behind it. Comic creators have historically received the short end of the stick when they create great characters or storylines for traditional publishers. Distillery is a truly creator-owned endeavor, with creators co-owning the company their creations fuel. It just makes sense that as creators help build the brand, they receive equity. Distillery's investors include international publishing giants Kodansha USA Group, Delcourt, and its advisory board, including video game luminary John Schappert, superstar tech strategist Mike Vorhaus, and legendary producer Lorenzo Di Bonaventure. Well, he's a big name in movies, or at least he was.
Kind of a wacky set of characters, no? Putting together this, like...
Founding creators include Scott Snyder, Tula Latoy, James Tinian, Junko Mizuno, Ram 5, Mirko and Dolfo, Jock from Batman One Night and Witches, Brian Azzellaro. So there are some names in here. Tinian and Jock and Scott Snyder are big names in comics.
Well, I mean, Azzarello is the guy from 100 Bullets.
Yeah, and Joker.
Mirka and Dolfo's got a lot of stuff coming out these days. She did Sweet Paprika from Image, and then moved on to Red Sonja. So there's some names there. At least
Mark Bernardin, who does a lot of TV script stuff, and he does a podcast with Kevin Smith. He does some comic stuff too. Yeah. Additional 3% of company equity is set to be distributed among all creators who release projects during the first 3 years, which will be allocated based on title performance. Yeah, I guess let's see how it goes.
Physicals.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for creators getting the money they're due. There was a weird thing back in with Xbox. When Xbox One came out, they were gonna do no more used games. Xbox tried to do no more used games because publishers weren't getting cuts of people selling used games to GameStop or whatever. So they're going to try and stop. They're kind of doing the same thing that the distillery is doing. Is they're going to make sure that the creators got a piece of the resale market. Fans lost their minds, and Xbox backed off that, and now you can still buy used games for both platforms.
I think that's going to be pushed more and more though in the video game industry. They're just going to want to go direct to consumer at some point. Why be publishing all these games on physical software?
Even when you buy a game on physical disc at this point, it's still a download. Like, the game's not on the disc. It's just
yeah, it's literally a friggin' code
yeah.
now. Like, it's actually so ridiculous because what was it? I read a stat or something that something like 60% of users in the United States of the states, their internet is below average or comparative to dial-up speed. So
well, U.S. is pretty big.
Yeah, well, I'm obviously
landmass wise.
It's crazy. I feel like, for a lot of people, almost 50% of people, like, that is a huge hindrance on their
plans to go digital only.
Their experience, I guess.
Yeah.
Reminds me of trying to download ICQ on dial-up.
Dude, what's your AIM name?
Yeah, my AIM name. Yeah, what was that? Zero Penguin or something?
I'm trying to remember the one I used before.
I'm adding you right now.
Yeah.
How dare you?
I'm putting you in my way message.
You've got mail.